Once upon a time, in a village called Parra in the beach town of Goa in India, there lived a boy who loved eating watermelons. He was so fond of watermelons, and in fact his village was famous for big watermelons. And you know what? His village used to organize a watermelon eating contest. Just imagine, the child who would eat the maximum watermelons would be awarded. And the biggest watermelons of the harvest season were kept for the kids. Isn't it amazing? Now this boy, as he grew up, he went to the city to study in IIT Mumbai, his engineering studies. 6.5 years later, he came back to his village, and it was the end of the harvest season. He wanted to go and have a look at those big watermelons in the market. So he went to the market, but to his surprise, all those watermelons were gone, and the ones that remained were so small. He couldn't believe his eyes. He went to see the farmer who used to organize that watermelon eating contest. And the son of that farmer had taken over. So he asked, where are those big watermelons? Why are these so tiny ones here? And the son replied, oh, bigger ones. Obviously we send the bigger ones to the market. They fetch double the price. Oh, for the kids we keep the smaller watermelons. They can eat them in the contest. And this boy, who had now grown up, he went into a flashback to his watermelon eating days. And he realized that the old farmer would never let the kids bite into the seeds of those watermelons. He would in fact use those seeds for planting the next crop. And since these were the seeds of the biggest watermelons, the next crop would give even bigger watermelons, and the crop after that would give even bigger watermelons, because the seeds of the biggest watermelons, which were kept for the kids, were used for the crop. And now the opposite happened, because the son kept the smallest watermelons, used their seeds to plant the next crop, and their seeds to plant the next crop, and the generation became smaller and smaller and smaller, and coming to the smallest watermelons in Parra. The boy that I'm talking about in this story is Manohar Parrikar, and he said that in 7 years, Parra's best watermelons were finished, and in humans, the generation changes after 25 years. It would take us 200 years to realize where we went wrong in educating our children. And I add to it, not just in the field of education, but in the general sense of sustainability, we as a society would be responsible for planting the next generation. I hope you liked the story.